in their The award-winning Cool FM Sports welcomes you to this broadcast of a game that if Douglas gets the win, they will head to the Little League Seniors Championship. Welcome everyone to Nogales, Arizona, War Memorial Stadium, in a game that has kind of followed the tradition of all the games that have been going on here, starting 2 hours late. So this is the way that things are going. But here's where we are starting tonight. 84 degrees at time of first pitch. The air is extremely still in a game powered by SSVEC. first pitch from Emilio Fimbres ends up getting thrown out at first base. 1 pitch, 1 out. That was Alex Galaviz at the plate leading off for Buckeye. It is Buckeye versus Douglas. Buckeye, the visiting team in this particular instance. Douglas, the home team in this instance. As number 5, David Castaneda, the shortstop for Buckeye, comes to the plate. There are not a lot of people here tonight, but if you are watching this, please leave us some love in the live chat, activate that, and let's make sure that people are aware that if you are watching from Buckeye, or you know any Buckeye group pages that you could share this to, please do. Share it over to those right now and let people know that they can see their West Valley of the Sun team playing here live in Nogales, Arizona right now. And of course, we know the Douglas faithful, we know that they're watching and tuning in tonight as well. And we're glad to be here. This game was scheduled to start literally 2 hours ago at 8 a.m. That pitch is high, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down, nobody on here in the top of the first. Fimbres on the mound for Douglas. But this is the way it goes here in the Little League. You never know. A game that's supposed to start at 8 o'clock ends up starting at 10 o'clock. High. That fastball had some serious heat on it. 3 balls, 1 strike. So hitter's pitch coming to Castaneda, the number 2 hitter here for this Buckeye team. A full windup for Fimbres. And that'll be a called strike right on the outside part of the plate. Runs the count full with 1 down. Jeff Davenport, John Berger, Dan the Man back in the studio. And watch as that go in the dirt. A 1-out walk to Castaneda will bring up Mauricio Olivas, the number 3 hitter for this Buckeye team here in the top of the first. Glad you are tuning in tonight. Again, thank you for sharing. Thank you for hearting. Thank you for doing all the fun social media things that you can do to this broadcast. We appreciate it more than you know, as it's already past my bedtime. It was past my bedtime when John and I drove here. Swing and a miss. We thought we were going to be late as we came to the field. We thought, well, you know, we'll miss probably the first hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe hour of the game. No, that was not the case. The other game before this was just still waiting to finish up because they scored a total of, I think, what, 30, yeah, so 30 some odd runs. Thank you, John, for being my, yeah, thank you for being my rain man. It's going to be a late one, guys, so I apologize in advance, but thank you so much to our sponsors who make this coverage possible. You can see them in the post description, and Dan the Man will be flashing up their different logos across the screen. Okay, that hit off a metal roof. That was definitely a roof, not a car. I'm glad we didn't park back there. Yeah, we had the choice. We actually could have parked there, but we thought, it looks a little too close. Let's go park where we did last night. We made out all right, and hopefully the same thing will happen tonight. Fingers crossed. 0-2 count. Runner on first, 1 down. That is high. A lot of chatter coming from that Buckeye team. Buckeye wearing their Tar Heel blue, as John and I were talking, that North Carolina blue with the white pants and the white letters and numbers. But they are just chatting like crazy. Boy, did he go? I don't know. Wow, what a job to throw that back down. Barely safe. Great job by La Madrid, who is the catcher tonight. Escarcega, who caught last night, is actually out in left field. So La Madrid taking this time to get that ball thrown down to first and almost got the runner there. But the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. So not a lot of people here tonight. You won't be hearing a lot of batting going on in the bullpen because there's no game after this one, thank goodness. That is high, and that will run the count full. So we had a 1-out walk to put Castaneda on first. How will this payoff pitch turn out? To Olivas, the center fielder for Buckeye. And that is high. Back-to-back one-out walks will put runners on first and second here in this very still air of Nogales, Arizona. It's funny, the flag is moving, but I don't feel an ounce of wind anywhere near us. It just is so still at 84 degrees. It should be dropping precipitously over the course of the next 2 hours. Should be getting into the 70s within the next hour is what I would assume. Number 8, Jacob Torres, the pitcher for Buckeye, comes to the batter's box, shifts the dirt around, taps the bat on the plate. And with 2 on and only 1 out, a great time for Buckeye to get off to a hot start here in the top of the first. Beautiful breaking pitch from Fimbres, called strike. Under the Monday night lights, Monday night baseball. Here on the award-winning Cool FM Sports Swing and a miss, 0-2. So ahead in the count 0-2, just like it was to the previous batter who ended up taking a walk. So we'll see if Fimbres can put Torres away. We know how good this defense is of Douglas. They could easily turn 2 if that ball is hit to the right spot. That is fouled straight to the backstop. Torres, the cleanup hitter and pitcher. Again, we're in that phase of quote-unquote Little League. While these are not, you don't picture Little Leaguers being 15 and 16 years old. You think of them being, 10, 11, 8 through 12. But, I mean, it's great that there is a Little League era that is able to reach these players as well, where they can actually come out and do this. But you do see the pitcher being that all-star, the stud hitter as well, before they really refine their tools as they get to the next level in college and then beyond and decide, well, do I want to be a pitcher? Do I want to be a fielder and a hitter and focus on that?
I can't even see the plate.
Yeah, it looks kind of dirty from here. But as long as the umpire can see it, we've got a 3-man umpiring crew here tonight instead of the usual 4 that we've seen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 down, top of the first. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch for the strikeout. That strikeout brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, and all of Cochise County, including in Douglas, Arizona, is backed by Morse. 2 down. Adrian Salazar now coming to the plate, number 99, the right fielder for Buckeye. Runners on first and second for Buckeye with 2 down. So Salazar is going to try to get something across the plate, as he is standing next to it at the moment. Fimbres looked back at second. It seemed that the second baseman was going to cover if there was going to be a throwback. There was not. 1-0 count to Salazar. Thank you so much for all of you already tuning in and watching. We appreciate all your love in the live chat. Make sure you talk about which team you're rooting for in the comments section. And again, if you're watching us from the Valley of the Sun over in Buckeye, the Buckeye area, glad you're tuning in tonight. Please let your friends and family know that they can watch this game live right now as they're getting ready to go to bed, I assume. That is 3-0. Good eye by Salazar.
Hey, if they're in Hawaii, man, then this is right on time.
Yeah, this is like, just past dinner time. So 3-0 count. Looks back to second. Makes the pitch and walks. The bases loaded. 3 walks in the top of the first by Fimbres. Not used to seeing him with control issues like this. Again, you got to think it could be 1,000 different things, but the thing that comes to mind is this game is starting at 10 p.m. at night. I mean, this is just not, there is no professional game, no college game that starts at 10 p.m. in the time zone that the players are playing. Only in Only in the Little League here do we see this happen. Not trying to make an excuse. I mean, look, this is a very good Buckeye team. These are all-stars that you are watching on this field. These are the best of the best. 15 and 16-year-olds. These are the present and future of Buckeyes high school system for baseball. And I love all the encouragement and chatter coming from the dugout over across the way on that first base side. That is the Buckeye dugout. And 2-0, 6 straight balls thrown by Fimbres. He takes an extra second, an extra beat. Now with the windup. And that is a shot right back to Fimbres, who throws over to first and gets the 3rd out of this inning. After one pitch, getting the first out, then walking 3 batters to load the bases, Buckeye will leave 3 on, get none across, and we will head to the bottom of the first and get our first look at Douglas at the bat. In this game, presented by our fantastic sponsors that you can see in the post description. Thank you so much to the Sherry ETHELL team at Long Realty. Proud to support these young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home or land, her number is in the post description. I would not recommend calling her right now. It's late. You know, she would answer. I'm sure she would answer the phone. She's crazy like that. I love Sherry. If she had her birthday on the 4th of July.
Yes.
Her birthday was on the 4th of July. I sent her a text message and told her happy birthday. And so don't call her now. Call her in the morning, and her phone number's in the post description. Thank you to BARNETT'S Towing and Propane, serving all of Southern Arizona for 62 years, since 1963, for all the work that they do for towing and propane service. Just fantastic folks over there at BARNETT'S. Thank you also to Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, with locations in Douglas, the team that you're watching here, in Bisbee, where their home base is located for Copper Queen, and they have their clinic out in Hereford and Palominas, offering the best quality of services to families and patients of all ages. Copper Queen Community Hospital. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. If you are looking for your outdoor space to become something more, you need to make your call to the Trejo family and team at Grasshopper Landscaping. We love those guys so much. They do incredible work, and there's a reason why. It's not an accident they've been voted the best landscaper for 10 straight years. It's not an accident they've been voted best pool maintenance in Sierra Vista every year that they've done pool maintenance. I believe it's 4 years now. They are the best in the biz, and you can trust our good friends at Grasshopper Landscaping. See the post description for all the amazing sponsors that we have in tonight's game. And of course, Dan the man back in the studio will be flashing up those logos for us. So Jacob Torres on the mound. Isidro Hoyos leading off for Douglas in that #1 spot. Watches the first pitch go hot and inside, ball 1. Hoyos got a little rocky start yesterday. Pitched several innings, and that is off the end of the bat. Okay, well, John's doing some work on the cameras here, making sure everything looks good. Leave John Berger some love in the live chat. He had to keep me entertained and awake on the road, so he'll have a hard job going home. But
I fell asleep last night.
yeah, I know. It was fine. I love that. I love driving. I'm one of the guys who loves driving. 2-on-1 count now.
Thank God. I'm the one that likes riding too, so that's perfect.
Yeah, it works out fine. Good little tag team here. And that will go high and in for 3-1. Hitter's pitch coming to Hoyos, who's playing shortstop tonight. Gets a piece of that, fouls it away on that fastball. That was coming in hot. That will run the count full. Rafael Buzane in the on-deck circle. Chris Escarcega in the hole. Torres steps off the mound momentarily, comes back on. Payoff pitch. And that goes outside. Great eye by Hoyos. running the count full and heading to first base on a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first. So 1 on, and Rafael Buzane playing first base.
14 here and 36 there.
Oh man, dozens and dozens of you guys watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's bedtime, and with such a lovely soft voice like mine, I know it's calming you down, and I'm like human Ambien is what I am. So you just keep us on all night, and you'll be sleeping through the night just fine. Lucky number 13, Rafael stepping into the left side of that batter's box. Amazing first baseman for this Douglas team. 1 on, no outs. Watches that pitch, a high strike called by the home plate umpire. Again, 3 umpires on the field, not 4. So their jobs are all a little bit tougher tonight. And again, these umpires are volunteer umpires. They are picking up their volunteer paychecks at the end of this shift, which have a bunch of goose eggs on it. That goes low, so evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Might be worth it if you got free food at the shack over there.
Yeah, I would hope that they do. I mean, this snack shack has really good food. I mean, it is high quality birria tacos and birria, anything birria I love. That's going to be a called strike, fastball in there, zinging. Torres got some pop on that arm on the mound for Buckeye. 1-2 count. He steps off the mound. Not sure exactly why, if he doesn't like the call from his catcher. He gets the call. They're holding Hoyos on first. And that goes inside to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, his fastball is just, if it's missing, it's not missing by much. Really close pitches here. And he stepped off the mound again, or off the rubber again. I mean, maybe there's some bugs on the field as well. I know there's a lot of bugs here after the rain.
Yeah, he's shaking.
And now the batter calls time because the pitcher stepped off the rubber twice. So yeah, you got to reset too, Rafael. Home plate umpire says play. Little chatter coming from the Douglas dugout here on third base. And fouls that one back, out of play.
Ooh, the pole.
That hit off. Ooh. If I bring it back, I get a snack? Oh, I'll let the kid get it. I was gonna go running.
Jeff,
Move out of the way, kid.
faster than that guy, I'm pretty sure. Look at this guy.
I don't know. He looks pretty quick. He looks quick. Look at him go. He's like, I don't get to keep it? What's wrong with you? I'm keeping this thing. It's a foul ball. And if Douglas wins tonight, remember, they will go on to the championship. They will be in the championship with a win this evening. And that championship game will be Thursday evening. So, John, got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing on Thursday evening?
I hope I'm broadcasting baseball.
Right here.
Yeah.
From War Memorial Stadium in Nogales, Arizona. That is in the dirt, and we'll run the count full. Boy,
I'm taking
Buzane.
Wednesday off, but Thursday I'm ready to rock and roll.
Buzane making Torres work for every single pitch. And a called strike 3. That fastball was so hot coming off the arm of Torres. Like I said, if he's missing, it's not by much. And when it is right on the money, that thing zinged in there. He was expecting a different kind of pitch, not that fastball. But Chris Escarcega will now come up. He did a great job catching last night. And tonight he's out in left field, or will be in left field, or was in left field for the top part of the inning. So, runner on first is Hoyos. They are holding him on. And now Escarcega watches ball 1, and they're going to get Hoyos in a rundown. This is exactly what happened last night. This is exactly what happened. The runners got caught in a pickle. and they were gunned down. So 2 down now, nobody on. Great defense by Buckeye and awareness to take advantage of that situation. But this is exactly what happened. It's almost like watching last night's game. Let's just go home, John. We can just replay that one.
Yeah.
I believe that was high for ball 2. Yes, it is. Officially reflected on the scoreboard and from the home plate umpires. Hand signals. So nobody on, 2 down. And that is off the fist, popped out of play in foul territory. So Douglas will leave no runners on. Technically, it's a 1-2-3 inning for our friends from Buckeye. It is a 0-0 game, and we'll head to the top of the second. Thank you so much to our sponsors who make this coverage possible tonight, like Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, for all your vehicle title, registration, driver's license, identification, written testing, road testing, and so much more. You'll find it all behind the pink door at 999 East Fry Boulevard. They're now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., weekdays, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Ginger's Title Services. Thanks also to Allo Fiber, your new home team internet TV phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the Allo Fiber difference and become a fiber fan. Allo Fiber, now available in Sierra Vista. Thank you also to Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, serving all of Cochise County, including Douglas, Arizona, the team we're watching tonight play against Buckeye, who will be coming up to the bat in a 0-0 game. Right Way, working hard to earn your trust the right way. Happy to support our local athletic broadcast. Don't forget, Right Way is teaming up with Lennox right now for the Feel the Love campaign, and that is going to give an equivalent of a $10,000 air conditioner for free to a person in the community who always does things for someone else, even at the expense of themselves. So you can actually go and nominate that person. If you're thinking of someone right now who is that epitome of that kind of person, you can actually go onto rightwayac.com, click the Feel the Love campaign, and nominate someone for the greater Sierra Vista area in that competition, I guess. It's not a competition, but in that award presentation, and they could possibly end up winning a brand new AC unit for their home. Basically $10,000 for free. It's absolutely amazing what Right Way and Lennox are doing. Top of the second, number 11, Michael Ruelas at the plate. You guys heading out? Awesome. Well, have a great night. So great chatting with you guys. So Ruelas playing second base tonight, has a 1-0 count from Fimbres. And there's a lot of chatter now. So much chatter coming from that far side of the field. I almost wish we were over there, because then they would just drown us out. You know, it'd be great. It is 3-0 to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the second. The second baseman, Ruelas, for this Buckeye team. They loaded the bases in the top of the first, didn't come away with anything. Now, Fimbres gets a strike across, 3-1. And the chatter is just so crazy. And runs the count full. Fimbres coming back from 3-0, throws 2 straight strikes. One not swung on, the other one fouled out of play over the green monster, or the chain link monster. Here behind, it is a monster. I mean, that thing is massive. It's huge. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Starting 3-0. Ruelas ends up striking out on the Fimbres pitches. 3 straight strikes. 1 out. And that strikeout brought to you by American Southwest Credit Union. If you live or work in Southern Arizona, with their locations in Sierra Vista and Douglas, you can experience better rates and personalized service at ascu.org. American Southwest Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Swinging on the first pitch, and that is going out of bounds, is number 20, Ian Brito.
Coach telling the bench to chill out a bit. Got to save some of that energy for the field.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking it sounds great. I mean, we got to have something to keep us awake here. It's way past my bedtime. As we're in the top of the second inning, we thought this game was going to start at 8 p.m. Instead, it started at 10 p.m. because of the delays. But these kids, 15 and 16-year-olds, these young men on this field, they're ready to go, excited to be here. That was actually off of the bat. He was ducking out of the way, and it hit off the bat. The count is now 0-2. That is just bat luck right there. So a 2-strike count. Fimbres ahead has thrown 5 straight strikes. And that is a line drive into left center field, diving, not able to come up with the catch, but going all out was Escarcega in left. So a 1-out single by Brito brings up Robert Gonzalez, the third baseman.
Number 56, Robert Gonzalez.
Again, Buckeye had the bases loaded in the top of the first. They can put some runners on. Wasn't able to get any across thanks to the defense of Douglas coming through when they needed to. We'll see how Fimbres is able to work Gonzalez. Starts with a strike. So Fimbres is finding his zone now after being a little wild and out of sorts in the top of the first. I think he's found it to the point where, just like that, 2 straight strikes. Ahead in the count, 0-2. It's where you want to be. Robert Gonzalez for Buckeye, the third baseman. Plays the hot corner for his team of all-stars from Buckeye. The Buckeye Little League program. Runner will go. High pitch. The throw down by Lada. No, does not get there in time. La Madrid. That was a huge jump. I don't think La Madrid had a chance of getting Brito. I don't know if Pudge Rodriguez would have had a chance of getting Brito. He had a huge jump. Even though the pitch was high and you're already in throwing position as a catcher, you're kind of where you want to be. And that goes high. So, after starting out 0-2, the count is even for Gonzalez, who is the 9th batter in the order. Alex Galaviz on deck, the leadoff hitter. Love all the noise. That's great. Oh my goodness, where was that pitch? So the runner will advance. Brito is 90 feet away. I keep thinking we're calling the little kids because it is Little League. 90 feet away from the first run of this game with only 1 out. A 3-2 pitch. Another payoff pitch coming. Emiliano steps off the rubber for a second, comes back on. As Gonzalez gets the word from his third base coach, telling him exactly what to do. High grounder to shorts. They won't get the runner at home. A throw in the dirt, but scooped up very well by the Douglas first baseman, Rafael Buzane. 2 down, but a run will score here in the top of the first. It is 1-0 Buckeye. Bases are now clear.
31, Galaviz.
And they're back to the top of the order with their first baseman, Galaviz, at the plate. All that chatter. But that goes in the dirt all the way to the backstop. So just when you thought Fimbres was finding his spot, a couple of pitches that were really wild that ended up costing a run on a fielder's choice. And that is in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 count, 2 down, nobody on. A 1-run lead, a 1-0 lead for Buckeye here in the top of the second. And the top of the order at the plate right now. And that is a slow roller down to first, scooped up, and tagging the base for the 3rd out of the game. So no runners left on. 3rd out of the inning, I should say. It's so late, guys. It is so late. I've been up since 5:30. I apologize. For the 3rd out of the inning. And that will make it a 1-0 game. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Let's talk about some of our sponsors again. Thank you so much to Sierra Toyota, the proud presenting sponsor of the Doggo Lotto. Did you see today's Doggo Lotto episode? If not, go back through the Cool FM Facebook page. It aired at 6 p.m. Arizona time, and you can go back and see that video and see these adorable adoptable shelter dogs. And Sierra Toyota, one of the amazing sponsors, but they are the main sponsor making that happen. And in 10 weeks of doing the Doggo Lotto, at least 5 dog adoptions have happened from the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center in Sierra Vista, directly from people seeing these dogs on Doggo Lotto. So we encourage you that even if you're not looking for a dog right now, maybe you know somebody who does, please share the Doggo Lotto video. Sierra Toyota wants to buy your car, your truck, your SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista, locally owned, community-driven. TWN Communications that delivers high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Thank you also to Bobby Balsinger over at Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. Family-owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They are just one call away. Eagle Plumbing. Off we go to the bottom of the second. And because it was a 1-2-3 inning of sorts for Douglas in the bottom of the first, Abel Clinch comes to the plate in the 4 slot. The cleanup hitter. Watches strike 1 go by. And that goes inside, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. To Abel, playing center field tonight. Number 8, playing the 8 position on the field. Yep, now the chatter coming from the Douglas side. As that pitch goes inside, Abel kind of scooting out of the way, moving his knees out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Abel, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second inning. Jeff Davenport, John Berger, Dan the man, back in the studio showing these graphics for you. As we're here in Nogales, Arizona, that is a high fly that is going out of bounds, out of play, along the first base side. Glad we didn't park over there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Abel. And again, Torres steps off the mound. He's done that quite a bit in the bottom of the first, and Abel ends up running on the pass ball, and that will be a put out at first base, strikeout and put out. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. And Emiliano Fimbres comes to the plate, the pitcher. He'll be able to try to do some damage and help his own cause, get at least a run back as Buckeye leads 1-0. Watches a strike go by on a fastball, just finding that spot. Torres throwing smoke tonight, and they're going to need a great performance by him in order to prevent this Douglas team from getting a win tonight and going into the championship game. Douglas knows what's at stake. Will they rise to the occasion? Goes outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Torres gets the sign. The pitch. That goes low, gets behind the catcher. You hear that thud. They got a padding on the lowest part of the backstop behind the catcher and the home plate umpire.
Comments on YouTube.
Oh, thanks so much for comments on YouTube. Appreciate it. People rooting for Douglas. Thank you so much to Lori, Maria, and Horsehide.
Good old Horsehide.
Yeah. That's a shot. And we'll go into center field. My goodness, I think that grazed the cheek of Torres on the mound. It was a hot shot that ended up rolling right up in front of him. Great job by Fimbres. 1 on, 1 down for Douglas. Diego Duarte steps into the batter's box now. So the tying run aboard for Douglas here in the bottom of the first with 1 down. Pitching from the stretch, Torres, oh my goodness. Fimbres was leaning so far, it took him a second to shuffle back over to first base. Almost repeating again what happened last night. 2 straight innings, 2 straight base runners ended up getting caught in a pickle for Douglas. But they still ended up winning the game by quite a bit. That goes high. 2 balls, no strikes to Duarte. Playing right field tonight for this Douglas Little League Seniors team. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets past the catcher. Fimbres will advance to second on the passed ball. Yeah, he did not get a piece of that. It was not a foul tip. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Duarte. Fimbres now in scoring position, representing the tying run here in the bottom of the second with 1 down. And Torres again steps off the rubber. I mean, I would think it's bugs, but there's not a lot of bugs around us right now. Or if that's just his way to reset. Wow, the catcher from Buckeye really tried to frame that pitch. And the home plate umpire did not go for it. 3-1. Hitter's pitch to Duarte coming. With Fimbres on second for Douglas. Gets a piece of it on a high grounder. Shortstop's going to have to hurry to get it over there and does not. It's a wild throw to first base. Fimbres will score easily. And we have a tie game. So Duarte ends up getting that grounder to hit the ground at a certain point to have that top spin. The shortstop threw that wild throw over to first. And with 1 down, there's 1 in for Douglas. And Duarte will be in scoring position, representing the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the second, as Ezequiel Gonzalez comes to the plate. Playing second base for Douglas tonight. Watches that first pitch, fastball, called strike. Thank you to the dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, if not 1,000 plus that have watched us already tonight on emanating this broadcast from the Cool FM Live YouTube page, streaming to the Cool FM Live Facebook page. Swing and a miss. Torres ahead in the count, 0-2 to Gonzalez. With Duarte on second, Fimbres came in to score to tie this game at 1 apiece. And that goes in the dirt. Duarte takes off, gets into third, slides in, safe. Boy, that pass ball bounced right back to where the catcher was, and he was actually able to make a throw. If it was a half second sooner, it would have been a real bang-bang play at third. Instead, Duarte stands 90 feet away from the second run for Douglas, with Gonzalez at the plate, a 1-2 count. That goes high, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not holding the runner on. Again, if Douglas wins this game, they punch their ticket straight to the championship to be the state champions. That goes over the monster, the chain link monster behind home plate. I mean, how tall would you think that is? I mean, that's like 50 feet, right? I mean, it's... After starting 0-2, Gonzalez's good eye at the plate has run the count full. 1 down, runner on third. Nice breeze here in the stands. That feels really nice after the air has been so still here in Nogales, Arizona. And that goes high for ball 4. Runners will be on the corners with 1 down. And the catcher, Rodrigo Lamadrid, coming to the plate. He came in as a pinch hitter last night and then ended up getting into the field late in the game. He is the starting catcher tonight, as now the Buckeye infield and head coach come in to have a chat to see what to do. Runners in the corners, 1 down. Jeff Davenport and John Berger live at War Memorial Stadium in Nogales, Arizona, on the border of southern Arizona. Bringing you this game live on the Cool FM Live platforms. Thank you so much for all the love in the live chat, all the amazing comments, and just all the encouragement. We're so glad to bring you this game. And again, whether you're rooting for Douglas or whether you're rooting for Buckeye, we're glad you're tuning in. I do my best to call the game as evenly as possible. I'm much more familiar with the Douglas team than I am the Buckeye team. If it sounds that way, it's because I am. I'm not necessarily biased, but I am biased a little bit talking about Douglas. If they win this game, they are in the championship of the Little League Seniors, which is absolutely awesome for these guys who are the present and future of the Douglas High School Bulldogs baseball team. Runner will go, and they fake the throw down to second. Uncontested stolen base by Gonzalez. Duarte at third. Gonzalez on second. Lamadrid at the plate with only 1 out and an 0-2 count. And that has popped up coming right at us. It's over our heads. Oh, hit the top of the handrail. They're hitting, I mean, they hit the pole earlier. It hit the handrail. They are hitting some crazy spots.
1 in a million shots.
Yeah, literally. So home plate umpire has to go get some more baseballs, I guess.
So many games being played here. I'm sure they've just got 6 buckets full.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to run out. Not in a game that means so much. These all-stars coming from Buckeye, coming from Douglas, to be a part of this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That was a liner. Holy cow. That had some heat. It is still 0-2. Lamadrid making Torres work for every pitch here in the bottom of the second with only 1 down, 2 in scoring position for Douglas. Here's the pitch. Gets a shot. That will fall in. And that will score 2. Lamadrid heads into second on a 2 RBI double. Lays the hammer down from second base. It is 3-1 Douglas. Boy, for as small as the crowd is, they are loud over there. There's a lot of Douglas fans here tonight.
Yeah, that's almost all Douglas fans, it sounds like.
And that will bring up the bottom of the order, Miguel Bustamante.
Number 4, Miguel Bustamante.
So pinch runner coming in is Sebastian Avachuco. He comes into second base. La Madrid gets all the high fives and all the love from his teammates in the dugout. So, when you're the catcher and you just hit a 2 RBI double, you get to come into the dugout and start strapping up to come back in the top of the third, to get back behind the plate. Douglas leads 3-1. Oh my goodness. This team is so good. So now they're making a switch out here, and home plate umpire having a chat with the third base coach for this Douglas team. Getting everything verified. You need to move the camera a little bit. That's okay. We got time. I got nowhere to be.
Right.
Other than my bed.
Yeah.
Here we are, bottom of the second. Douglas leads 3-1. Some long half innings to start this game. A lot of one bases loaded instance. He does. Yeah. I will get you, Hogan. I wonder if he'll say that. I wonder if he'll say that on loudspeaker. Could you say this, please? Miguel Bustamante. Not making fun of his voice. His voice is amazing. Called strike. And he's much bigger than me. He could squash me like a grape. He's a big guy in there, in that broadcast booth, as their lights are on in the broadcast booth here at War Memorial Stadium in Nogales. Oh my goodness, locked him up. How did that breaking pitch get there so fast to make Bustamante duck out of the way and still get across the plate for a strike? Pops him straight up in the air. This looks like it might be playable. The catcher goes over and watches it in all the way to the glove for the second out of the inning. So Hoyos comes back, the leadoff hitter, with 2 down. Leadoff hitter for the team comes in with 2 down. Oh yeah, definitely. Runner on second. Douglas leads 3-1 here in the bottom of the second. Fouls it straight back to the chain link monster. 0-1. These fastballs by Torres are just remarkable. Easily probably the fastest fastballs we've seen over the games that we've covered. Looks back to second. He takes a large step forward from the stretch. He is really coming to the front of that mound. When he throws, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So BC throws. Swing and a miss again. The heat coming in like a laser beam. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Torres ahead in the count. Shakes off 2 signs. Now finds the stretch. Pitch that goes in the dirt and gets past the catcher. So the potential 4th run for Douglas, 90 feet away. As the pinch runner, Avachuco stands on third, and that goes high. Is that 3-2? It really is. Wow. Again, a lot of full count pitches by both sides. Every batter really making every pitcher work. And that goes high for ball 4. A 2-out walk. And Hoyos chucks the bat and says, let's go. He's not willing to let this inning get over. Runners on the corners. Time called by the second base umpire, as Hoyos takes off his protecting elbow protector and shoulder protector. puts on the sliding glove. So Buzani at the plate. Oh, gets a piece of that off the end of the bat. No, not able to be scooped up by the shortstop. Or by the third baseman, excuse me. The third baseman was cutting off the shortstop, coming in, and missed the play. Another run scores. It's 4-1 Douglas. As you hear the cheers coming from the stands and from the Douglas dugout. And here comes the big man, Chris Escarcega. We know his abuela Maria. Not sure if Maria is here tonight or if she's watching online.
Oh, she was watching, yeah, on YouTube.
Oh, she was watching. Oh, that was the Maria on YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for watching, Maria. That was a high strike. Around the belt, if not the belly button, but called a strike nonetheless. 2 on, 2 down. Let's see what Chris is going to do. Oh, just barely gets a piece of that. So foul ball. Torres ahead in the count. 0-2. Seen this happen a couple times where he's been ahead in the count and then still ends up running it full. Is that going to be the case here? Or will he just go after Escarcega? He does. Escarcega swings a short chopper that is off the heel of the glove of the second baseman. The third baseman botches a play, followed up by the second baseman, biffing the play with the ball going off the side of his glove. Bases are now loaded for Douglas. As their cleanup hitter, Abel Clinch, will step into the batter's box. But now we'll see what's going to happen. The coach comes out of the dugout for Buckeye, calls time. Will we see a new pitcher?
So strong right now that
he is, but I mean, 2 errors in the field. These are unearned runs, and the pitcher can't help that. So he's just letting his team calm down a little bit, trying to get the jitters out or whatever they're going through, because you cannot, Douglas is just too good. You can't give them runs. You have to make them earn runs, and unfortunately, there's at least 1 unearned run. Or could be, potentially, because there's the runners on first and second would be considered unearned runs. As Hoyos is on third base.
Hello, I'm watching.
Oh, you are watching, Maria. Thank you so much. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Abel. Watches a strike on a breaking pitch, not a fastball, or a changeup. So Abel steps out of the batter's box, now comes back in. It looks like Torres was ready before Abel was. That's a fastball. Hard to second, throws over to first. And Douglas will leave the bases loaded, but they will bring 4 across in the bottom of the second. Great defense coming through, but not before 4 runs are given up. My goodness, Douglas had a chance to really tear this thing open, and instead, Buckeye able to hold off for another half inning. And we will head to the top of the third and see how Buckeye is able to respond. Thanks so much to our good friends. Again, we talked about Eagle Plumbing in the last half of the inning, but I forgot to let you know and remind you that, you've seen the Eagle Plumbing trucks and signs all around town. You can now join the fun. If you spot a sign or a truck, take a selfie and post your picture in their Facebook comments to enter to win great monthly prizes from Eagle Plumbing. Thank you also to Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista. The best pizza, wings, and sandwiches for over 45 years serving Sierra Vista. Proud to support our local sports broadcasts. And don't forget, if you leave a comment on our Facebook feed, I believe. Maybe the YouTube feed could be eligible as well. There's a lot of comments already there. You will be entered into a contest to win a 2-topping large pizza from Vinny's Pizza in Sierra Vista. Not sure how that'll help you if you live in Douglas or live in Nogales or live somewhere else, but it'll force you to come and visit Sierra Vista. Come over and see us and in our neck of the woods. But thank you to Vinny's Pizza. Thank you also to Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage. Think of them for your next home loan experience. Thank you to Sonic Drive-In on Fry Boulevard, on the east side of Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Don't forget, half-price shakes every night after 5 p.m. What's coming up next? Tuesday is coming up next, and half-price cheeseburgers after 5 p.m. tomorrow. And Wacky Pack Wednesday kids meals, $2.49 on Wednesdays, and Throwback Thursdays with 50-cent corn dogs. Deals available in-store only.
Number 5, David Castaneda.
So leading off the top of the third is David Castaneda, the shortstop. Be a tough out. I heard the first base coach yelled at David, and that's what you want to be. And I think every kid so far in this game, it's taken us almost an hour to get through 2 innings because every kid is a tough out. This game is on track to last over 3 hours. And that goes inside for a ball off the arm of Fimbres. So again, the pitching for Douglas bent but didn't break. See how Fimbres is able to work. And again, that's the second time we've seen it bounce almost on the edge of the grass in front of home plate on a pitch by Fimbres. Just not sure. Could it be he's pitching at 11 o'clock at night in a game that could send his team to the championship? That's going to be a called strike. Had some good pop on that pitch. Some chatter coming from that Buckeye dugout on first baseline. Gets a piece of it. That fouled out of play. So evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. To number 5, David Castaneda with this Buckeye All-Star Little League Seniors team. I want you to soak in the sounds of this energy here on this field.
Part jungle.
It is, definitely. Ready for ooh, ah, ready for that bird sound, you know, that you get. Runs the count full. Again, so many full counts in this game. And leadoff hitters aboard for Buckeye. Hoyos kind of comes over to Fimbres to just talk to him for a second from a distance. As number 7, Mauricio Olivas comes to the plate, the center fielder for Buckeye. You can't tie the game on one swing right now, but you can help start a rally. And that is a sharp shot to second. Throws over to short and then ends up getting the double play. What a great play by that right side of the Douglas defense. Just like that, 2 down. And now Torres, the pitcher, will come to the plate with 2 down. Try to help out his own cause. 4 runs came across the plate for Douglas in the bottom of the second. It's time called as Torres was waiting, and the home plate umpire recognized that he couldn't see the dish, so brushes off home plate. Got about a little over 3/4 moon up in the sky. I'd say about a 4/5. That's what we're looking at, 80% full moon. And that goes high for ball 1. Defense coming through for Douglas yet again. That huge double play. Watches that ball go low. So high for ball one, low for ball two with two down. Nobody on. The windup and the pitch from Fimbres goes high for ball three. So Jacob Torres, the pitcher, with a 3-0 count. The windup and the pitch on 3-0, and that goes over his head. 4 pitches equals 1 walk to Jacob Torres. He will take first base, and that will bring up Adrian Salazar, the right fielder. Now the third base coach comes all the way over. Is he talking to the, yeah, he's going to talk to the home plate umpire. Not sure if they're going to put in a pinch runner for Torres, so that way the pitcher can go inside the dugout and just relax, not have to worry about base running. Not bringing anyone in yet, but it looks like they're making the change. They're discussing it behind home plate as we speak. It looks like the first baseman and third baseman come up to have a chat on the pitcher's mound. So, pinch runner coming in. Can't see the number of that pinch runner. It's either Brady, Julian, Aiden, Anthony, or Justin. I can tell you that much. But Adrian Salazar at the plate. With 2 outs, 1 on. And more chatter coming from that Buckeye dugout. Don't tell them it's after 11 o'clock. These guys, well, it's the top of the hour right now. And that will get past the first baseman, the wild throw. They will hold him at second. So, with 2 down, a runner in scoring position for Buckeye. Will they be able to take advantage of it? A wild throw from Fimbres over to first. It's Jeff Davenport and John Berger at War Memorial Field in Nogales, Arizona, as we wait for a reset here for the home plate umpire to, not sure what he's doing or talking to or pointing out. Yeah, something with the fencing area there. Not sure, either way. We're back to baseball, 2 down, runner on second for Buckeye here in the top of the third. They're down 4-1. That is a sharp shot and will go into right field. Will they send the runner home? They will. No, he stops almost halfway there. They throw back to third, not in time. My goodness, Julian Munoz is the pinch runner, and he was about 2/5 of the way to home plate. Stopped, slipped, fell down, recovered, and ended up getting back over to third just in time. So, with 2 down, Buckeye literally brings the tying run to the plate in Alex Huerta. And that'll be outside for ball 1. A 2-out single for Buckeye. Responding after the double play that emptied the bases. There was a walk and a single to put them in this position. Runners on the corners. And the catcher for Buckeye, Huerta, number 50, represents the tying run. Watches that go high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now remember, these are 15 and 16-year-olds out here. They're probably used to staying up late during the summertime, but probably not to perform at a high level in a game that means so much to Douglas. That could send them directly to the championship game on Thursday night. That ball low, away. 3 balls, 1 strike. This is the theme of the night, is the tough out. Every single batter has been a tough out. Gets a piece of that, back to the backstop, runs the count full. So, payoff pitch coming with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. Runners on the corners for Buckeye. Alex at the plate. From the stretch, Fimbres. Payoff pitch. Low. Ball 4. Bases loaded. So after having the bases empty with 2 down, Douglas is literally looking at the tying run on first, the go-ahead run at the plate here in the top of the 3rd, and that is in the form of Michael Ruelas, the second baseman for Buckeye. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Now the plate a little too dirty. Home plate umpire. Get that brush. It's getting a workout so far tonight. Jeff Davenport, John Berger. Here in Nogales, Dan the Man back in the studio, showing you all the graphics, all of our sports sponsors. You can see them in the post description and on the screen. Thank you to each and every one of them. We'll talk about a few more of them as soon as the 3rd out is complete. That goes high. 1-1. That fastball just out of control. Now remember, Buckeye had the bases loaded in the top of the 1st. Did not score at all. Fouled off. So Fimbres ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of shouting coming from the crowd over behind home plate. Under the mezzanine where we were as the rains were coming down. That caused an 1.5-hour rain delay. That goes high. I believe the count is 2-2, not 3-1. I think the count on the board is incorrect. I believe it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. What does a ballerina wear?
A 3-2?
According to that scoreboard, yes. But in reality, a 2-2. Breaking pitch! Strike 3! Fimbres gets a huge strikeout. And once again, the bases are left loaded by Buckeye. And they don't get a run across in the top of the 3rd. 7 minutes past the top of the 11 o'clock hour in Nogales, Arizona. You are watching the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Jeff Davenport, John Berger, Dan the Man. As we talk about our fantastic sports sponsors, Douglas leads 4-1. Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and all of Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects over 10 years. For doing that over 10 years, but with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporters of our local sports. This game powered by SSVEC. Thank you also to the MORSE Automotive Group. All of Cochise County is backed by Morse. Tomorrow we will be at the Ed Morse Honda dealership for our Vehicle of the Week segment in about 10 hours from right now.
Yep, my real estate meeting's at 8:15. So
Well, if you're able to make it there by 9:30, or Todd can cover it, or we'll figure that out.
that's a meal.
You got it. Either way, we'll be there tomorrow to see what ends up happening with, or what they end up showing. What are you looking at?
Dan, Todd is commenting, but he didn't realize he was sending it to you and not Dan.
Oh, okay.
So I'll text him.
Yeah, let him know if he's watching. Anyway, tomorrow, 9:30 a.m., give or take, we'll be over at the Ed Morse Honda dealership. We'll see what vehicle of the week is selected, and they've got some really great vehicles over there. Cochise County backed by Morse. Thank you to the Sherry ETHELL team at Long Realty. And BARNETT'S Towing and Propane, serving all of Southern Arizona for 62 years. So, Fimbres, after getting that huge strikeout to end the top of the third, leads off the bottom of the third. Torres still on the mound for Buckeye. A called strike. Again, there is, for this game being as late as it was, starting 2 hours late, there's still a great crowd behind home plate. That's low, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. I can tell that Robin Murray is not running the scoreboard, yeah. Wow, that fastball. My goodness. Inside, ball 2.
I wouldn't replace him. He's pitching so well.
Time called. Is there a ball on the
Oh,
field?
it's a baseball bat. Somehow. I don't know where that thing came from.
Well, the kids are in they're hanging out and playing around inside the batting cage here. To our left. Either way, good eye by the home plate umpire to see that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fimbres leading off the bottom of the third. And that ends up hitting him right in the back of the leg. So Fimbres will tear off that elbow pad and take the walk down to first. He gets the first the hard way on a 2-1 pitch. As Diego Duarte, the right fielder, comes to the plate. The left-hander getting some encouragement from the fans behind home plate. Check swing doesn't go, ball 1. Well, Todd had a late night last night with that game up in Cottonwood. That's coming, no, not at us. It's close to us, but had it had a little more mustard on it, I would have had to catch it. I would have had to protect. I would have been. Whoa! Whoa!
This phone, yeah.
That's my phone. It's not Todd's phone. We're protecting my phone. No offense, Todd. I will block the ball with Todd's phone so it doesn't hit my phone. That is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Duarte. This is kind of the part of the lineup where we saw those 4 runs coming in the bottom of the second. It's the ones who got on base end up scoring and leaving the RBIs for the bottom part of the lineup. So that ball evens the count. 2-2, no outs, runner on first. Fimbres reached the hard way. Wondering how that'll affect his pitching. That is fouled back out of play. Ooh, let's listen. That hit the ground, right?
Yeah,
that hit asphalt. So, still a 2-2 count. Light breeze, Feels very nice. Douglas leads 4-1, and remember, if they end up winning this game, they punch their ticket to Thursday night's state championship. From the stretch, the pitch. Wow, that looked like a strike from here, but a good eye by Duarte. This runs the count full. And that is a shot down the first base line. Foul. Oh, cool. Thanks so much for all the comments and loving the live chat, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Looks like the sponsor ads are on the middle of the screen right now.
Yeah, it's between innings. Is this real baseball? No.
Uh-oh. All right, so we'll hang on a second. We'll get that fixed. Apologize. That is the full count pitch that ends up just out of reach of the third baseman for Buckeye. So the payoff pitch, part deux, will be coming shortly. And we're getting that fixed right now as the banner ads for our advertisers over the middle of the screen. We apologize for that. We just want you to know who's sponsoring us and who's making all of this happen. I want to make sure you're well aware of that. Either way, 3 balls, 2 strikes. You can, hey, if you're watching on Facebook right now, just tune into the YouTube feed. You can go to Cool FM Live YouTube. You can see that there, and
There we go.
all fixed. Thank you, Dan the man. That is a sharp shot going into left field. A hit by pitch, followed up by a single. 2 runners on, no outs in the bottom of the third. And Ezekiel Gonzalez will step into the batter's box, handing off a couple of baseballs to the home plate umpire, making sure he's restocked. Looks like the bat was left at home plate, so they'll have to get rid of that. Take that bat, toss it back over, out of the way. So Gonzalez digs in. Pitch from Torres, high breaking pitch.
There's a comment in here that from District 8 watching.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, District 8, for tuning in. Watching your team from District 8, the District 8 champion, Douglas Seniors. Two on, no outs. Gets a piece of that, scooped up, force out at third, throw over to first, not in time, but the force out at third makes it 1 down. Good alert play by the third baseman from Buckeye. And a good scoop, too. I mean, he ended up kind of muffing a play a little bit ago in the bottom of the second, but he fielded that one cleanly and did a great job there. But still 2 on, 1 down. As La Madrid comes to the plate. Last time he was at the plate, he had a 2 RBI double. And he gets a piece of that, just gets past the outstretched arm of the first baseman. They will send the runner home. Gets in safe. And now 2 runs will score. La Madrid does it again. And he's looking to get to third on 2 errors, slides in, gets in safe. What a play by La Madrid. And this crowd from Douglas is going crazy behind the stands. It is 6-1, Douglas in the bottom of the third. laying the hammer down. Rodrigo having himself a game tonight. That will bring up Miguel Bustamante. So they're going to have a question about one of the plays where when the runner slid into home, the catcher was, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, it was a crazy play. If Dan's able to show some replays here, that was pretty wild to see. But so many, a comedy of errors happening right by home plate. Ends up scoring 2. It is 6-1 Douglas with 1 down as everything stands right now. And Rodrigo on third, waving to us. Having himself a heck of a game. So definitely got a clean RBI, and then the error on the throw ended up scoring the second run. And Rodrigo was able to advance from second to third on another throwing error that happened somewhere in the melee behind home plate. And I believe that's what the coaches are talking about with the home plate umpire right now. There was definitely a collision between the first runner that came in and the catcher. He slid in as the catcher was in midair trying to catch that high ball and ended up kind of flipping over, almost like you'd see a defensive back do to a wide receiver in football, where you end up coming in, getting upended. Lucky he landed safely. Looks to be okay, but they're really discussing this. They're taking a long time to whatever the discussion is. They are making a case that Chewy is coming in to get a little bit better understanding as he shrugs his shoulders saying, I don't understand, but nonetheless, Rodrigo on third, 1 out. Miguel at the plate for Douglas. They lead 6-1 here in the bottom of the third. And the crowd once again comes alive behind home plate for this Douglas team.
Wow, look at that lead.
Yeah, it was halfway down to home plate. Swing on the foul tip into the catcher's glove. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down runner on third. Bustamante at the plate. Swing and a miss on that fastball. Absolutely insane heat. As the kids are running back and forth. Gets a piece of it, goes to short, picked up, tossed over to first. The out at first, but another run scores on the fielder's choice. It is 7-1 Douglas in the bottom of the third. And that pushes through to the top of the lineup. Hoyos at the plate. And I shouldn't be pronouncing the H, you know. It's Hoyos, not Hoyos. Hoyos is huge. Hoyos is so huge, you don't have to pronounce the H. Watches ball 1 go by, up high, 2 down, bases empty. Third base coach encouraging Miguel, saying that was a great at-bat. That goes low and inside. Ball 2 to Isidro. Oh, sees that high heat, couldn't resist. My gosh, that was so fast. Looks like Duarte is warming up next to us in the bullpen. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fouls it back, bouncing off the chain link. And out of play. So, full count, payoff pitch coming with 2 down, nobody on. To Isidro. He gets a piece of it, goes to short, scooped up. The long throw to first, and the force out at first will retire the side. Douglas leaves no on, but puts 3 across in the bottom of the third to make the score Douglas 7. And unfortunately, Buckeye won. And keep in mind, Buckeye has left the bases loaded twice already in this game. This game could be a lot different right now had anything happened with those bases loaded opportunities. But somehow Douglas able to fend off the offensive onslaught and getting only 1 run for all of their efforts. That's where Buckeye stands. So we'll see who comes back out of the dugout to pitch. They're taking their time.
Pitch count for Buckeye, 86.
So 86 total pitches for Torres, 63 for Fimbres. It looks like he's coming back out to the mound. And as he does, we'll thank our sponsors like the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, locations all across Cochise County, Bisbee, Douglas, Hereford, Palominas. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping for your outdoor landscaping needs. You can contact our good friends over at Grasshopper. And of course, summertime is swimming time. Make sure your swimming pool is backed up by that #1 pool maintenance company, Grasshopper Landscaping. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Thank you to Aloe Fiber at aloefiber.com. Right Way Heating Cool. American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org. Sierra Toyota, the premier sponsor of the Doggo Lotto on Fry Boulevard, locally owned, community driven. TWN Communications, high-speed, affordable, reliable internet and digital phone service. Contact TWN Communications. Eagle Plumbing, serving Cochise County over 50 years. Family-owned and operated. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista. Hey, if you're watching from Sierra Vista, leave a comment. You will end up being entered into a contest to win a 2-topping large pizza from Vinny's Pizza. Best pizza, wings, and sandwiches. They're on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista. Thank you to Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage. Sonic Drive-In on East Fry Boulevard. Don't know. I imagine they would be closed right now. I don't know if they're open till midnight or not, but either way, we're coming up on the bottom of the hour. And thank you to Duran Plumbing. All of our sponsors in the post description. Of course, this game powered by SSVEC. Jeff Davenport and John Berger at War Memorial Stadium in Nogales, Arizona. It is 6-1, Douglas. Ian Brito, the left fielder, leading off for Buckeye here in the top of the 4th. High for ball 1. Again, it's been a great defensive effort by the Douglas team to only give up 1 run when, again, the bases have been loaded in 2 of the 3 innings that Buckeye has been at the plate. If it wasn't for that defense, the score would be much different looking than it is right now at 7-1. Hearing the fun noises coming from the Buckeye dugout along first base. And that is, again, in the dirt, bouncing in front of home plate, 3-0. Hoyos going over and chatting with Fimbres again, like he did last inning when the bases ended up getting loaded. So a 3-0 count. And that pitch right down the pike. Strike one.
Score is
7-1. 7-1 is what we're looking at. Swing and a miss. Runs the count full. Brito, after being ahead in the count 3-0, now looks at a full count. The wind up, the pitch. Goes high, ball four. Leadoff hitter aboard for Buckeye here in the top of the fourth.
Number 56, Robert Gonzalez.
Robert Gonzalez, the third baseman, comes to the plate now for Buckeye. Hoyos playing in on third, holding the runner on first. That is a high chopper that's going right to the pitcher, Fimbres, who ends up running the force to first. So Ian Brito will advance to second on the fielder's choice. One down now in the top of the top of the fourth, excuse me. I've been up since 5:30 this morning, so.
Number 31, Alex Canavis.
And it looks like Chewy is going to come have a chat with his pitcher. The entire infield coming in. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. You can see them all in the post description as well as on the screen that Dan the Man is working on. He's working late tonight too. Dan was up early with me. Fun fact and full disclosure, we record Doggo Lotto earlier in the day, so we were out recording it around a little after 8 o'clock this morning.
Do you
And
remember the numbers?
6, 4. What was that third number? I want to say 6, 4. It wasn't 8.
It wasn't 7.
No, do you remember?
No. But
Oh.
I picked some numbers. I do hardball with
Oh, okay.
with, Dan. So when at the end of every show, I get to pick some numbers.
Yeah. All right.
Never picked them, but
Well, you have just as much chance as anybody. So if you did not get your numbers picked for today's Doggo Lotto, guess what? We're doing it again next Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Pick your lucky numbers. Go fetch yourself some lucky numbers at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Called strike on the outside part of the plate to Robert Gonzalez. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're back up at the top of the order now. It's Alex Galavis at the plate with one down, runner on second. 0-1 count. Trying to calm his pitcher down. And that has popped up.
heads up, guys.
Heads up, look out. And that goes right off to the side of us. They'll go chase down that foul ball. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Here in the top of the fourth. No, they're saying 0-2. It says 1-1 on the scoreboard, I'm sorry. 2-strike pitch. That's high. Now it's ball 1. I believe it's 1-2. Pitch. Sharp grounder. Takes a hop. Long throw to first, and I believe, no, not in time. Runners will be on the corners with 1 down for Buckeye here in the top of the fourth. And now Hoyos comes over to really have a chat as David Castaneda will come to the plate. This is where Buckeye wants to be. They want to have the top of their order in this situation, and they got it. With only 1 out, this is a chance for them to put a dent into this 7-1 lead. Fimbres from the stretch decides to step off the rubber. Thank you so much for all the love in the live chats. It's late at night. What are you still doing up, for crying out loud? It's past 11:30. I know, it's crazy. It's awesome. We appreciate it so much. We're so grateful for you. And I mean, probably over 1,000 people have tuned in already.
Oh yeah. We were over that in the first inning.
Okay, well, it's a little later now. That pitch goes high. They throw down to second. The runner will be caught in a pickle. Tags him out. Beautiful play by Hoyos at third. How on earth did he make that happen? The low throw, digging it out of the dirt and tagging out Brito, who took that long run and trying to take a run toward home plate to see if he was going to try to score, and instead gets nailed. But with 2 down, there is still a runner in scoring position for Castañeda. That is low and away. Ball 2. What a great job by these, again, the Douglas defense coming through as the kids continue to run along the bleachers here. Got a lot of that midnight energy. And now, again, the coach, one of the coaches, coming out and chatting with the home plate umpire. Looks like there is someone warming up in the bullpen for Buckeye, and now they're bringing someone from the bullpen and running them all the way into the dugout. Maybe they're, I don't know exactly what's going on, but either way, another pause in this game. We got nowhere else to be other than counting sheep. So 2-0 pitch, 2 down, runner on second. And they're going to say that check swing went around. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looks the runner at second, makes the pitch. That's high. Ball 3, 3-1 count. Coming to Castañeda. Again, a fantastic play at third. My gosh. Oh yeah, such a baller. To get that second out. I still don't know how he did it. I saw it and I don't understand it. And they're going to call strike 2. And oh my goodness, that's an out! He was not able to reach in time, and the defense of Douglas on a pass ball, throwing down to third base, ends up nailing the runner. Galavis out at third. And so, no runners left on. The good news is Castañeda will lead off the top of the 5th. But in the meantime, it is still 7-1 Douglas. Absolutely amazing. So again, a lot of midnight energy from the young ladies running around here on the bleachers. As this game, powered by SSVEC, brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group, all of Cochise County, backed by MORSE. Thank you to the Sherry ETHELL team at Long Realty, Barnett's Towing and Propane, Copper Queen Community Hospital across Cochise County, Grasshopper Landscaping, serving the greater Sierra Vista area and Cochise County, Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista at 999 East Fry Boulevard, Aloe Fiber at aloefiber.com, Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing and Electrical, American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org. Sierra Toyota wants to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicles will be turned away. TWN Communications, with no data caps ever, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service. Thank you to Eagle Plumbing, Bobby Balsinger and his family. Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista, open tomorrow at 11 a.m. Or should I say later today? Not yet. Open tomorrow at 11 a.m. Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage. Sonic Drive-In on East Fry Boulevard and Duran Plumbing, all of our sports sponsors. Just taking the time to talk about all of them. It appears Torres has shifted over to third base, and the third baseman for the team from Buckeye is now on the mound. That is Robert Gonzalez, number 56, who will be pitching for Buckeye, taking his warm-up pitches. We'll get to watch him at work as his team is down 7-1. Douglas, if they get 4 runs, that will make it a 10-run lead, which they can put away in the 5th. Not that I'm rooting for it. I want them to play however they're going to play. I want the game to play out however it's going to play out. But yeah, I think I know where the energy is coming from. She has a Red Bull. So, Buzane leading off. Normally the number 2 hitter in the lineup. He is leading off this inning here in the bottom of the 4th. Watches that pitch go high. From Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Get some encouragement there from the dugout saying lock in. That is outside ball 2. 2-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Rafael Buzane. Tremendous job at first base today, by the way, by Buzane. Did an amazing job. Fouled to the chain link monster. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is outside, I believe, for ball 3, so it is 3-2. That's fouled back. Oh, let's listen. What's it gonna hit? Didn't hear anything. Might have been asphalt. Whatever's back there. It was not a car, or did not sound like a car. Buzane, full count. That goes outside. That should be, is that ball 4? Yes, that is. He will take a base. So again, another full count. This game, 1 hour and 45 minutes old, and it's only 3.5 innings old. Time being called as Escarcega comes to the plate. Looks like they're sending in a pinch runner. So Buzane will come into the dugout. Pinch runner coming in. Get that worked out. It's either Max, Jaden, or Eric, I believe. These kids doing their best to stay awake. Maybe I need a Red Bull. I don't know. Oh, man. It seems to work for them.
Yeah, well, don't get it out of the garbage.
Number 17, Max Alejandro.
It is Max on first base. So with 1 on, Escarcega at the plate. Hey, could you move out of the way, please? Thank you. Wow, high chopper over to third, bobbled at third, nowhere to throw. 2 on. No out. Bottom of the fourth. And now Abel Clinch, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Douglas, after looking kind of shaky in that first inning, I don't know. They put up 7 runs, 4 runs in the second, 3 runs in the third. And that's another high chopper to third, gets the tag out, misses the force out. The second baseman actually did a cool thing, trying to fake it like it went into right field to get him off base. Good alertness there. Let's give him a shout out. The second baseman, number 11, that was Michael Ruelas. Look, they're desperate. They got to get any out they can, but they get the force there at third. So 1 down on the fielder's choice. We'll bring up Fimbres. He's an aggressive hitter. I can't say he's had a hard day a rough day on the mound because he's only given up 1 run, but it's been a rough outing. It has not been his best outing, and he's only given up 1 run. So just put it into perspective. On a bad day, you only give up 1 run. That's pretty amazing. Because you got a great defense. He gets a piece of that. Scooped up by the shortstop, out at second, and missing the double play. Escarcega slides in safe at home. Eight to 1, Douglas. So the force out at second makes it 2 down. Runner on first as Diego Duarte steps up to the plate. Oh, I know why they took Buzane out. Buzane's warming up here. Yeah, he might be coming in to pitch. Rafael's had a great game, so we might see him pitching here. As he's warming up his arm right in front of us. My goodness, these kids are so good. They're 15 and 16 years old, John.
No way I could throw that.
I was not this good at any age. At baseball. Now football, of course, yes, but I mean, baseball, I don't know. These pitchers, they throw so hard. All right, so here's where we reset. 2 down, runner on first. Duarte at the plate, called strike at the knees. Hear a little complaining from the fans behind home plate about that. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Gonzalez ahead in the count. 2-strike pitch coming from Gonzalez from the stretch. And a called strike 3 will retire the side. Douglas will leave 1 on, but not before they get 1 more across the plate to make it 8 to 1. Thank you again to all of our sponsors making this coverage possible. We'll just keep talking about them all night, like Duran Plumbing, Sonic Drive-In, our good friend Chris Leon with the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage in Sierra Vista, Vinny's Pizza. Leave a comment, get in the running for a 2-topping large pizza from Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista. Eagle Plumbing, serving Cochise County. TWN Communications for high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and data phone service. I'm sorry, digital phone service. My eyes are glazing over, John. It'll be a 20-hour day before we get home that I've had. Sierra Toyota on Fry Boulevard. American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org. Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Aloe Fiber at aloefiber.com. Ginger's Title Services on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. And it does look like Buzane will end up going to the mound. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Copper Queen Community Hospital, locations across Cochise County. Barnett's Towing and Propane. The Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. The Morse Automotive Group, and this game powered by SSVEC. Thank you to all the sports sponsors. Thank you to Dan the Man staying up late with us here tonight, and for you staying up late with us, as we are less than 15 minutes away from saying good morning. And welcoming the 8th of July. How was your 7th? Well, it was a long day. I guess so. Just seems to be our lot this time of year, and that's absolutely fine. But again, thanks to all these amazing sponsors that make this coverage possible. Hey, they're the ones who pay the bill for us to be here and be a part of this. I know we get a lot of love from the teams and the coaches and you know, just for being here, we end up being the recipient of that adoration, which is always great, and we appreciate that so much. We love being recognized for the work that we do at Cool FM Live, but it is the sponsors that pay the bills to make sure that we can be here and be a part of the fun here in this game where Douglas leads 8-1, and if they end up holding on to this lead and win this game, they punch their ticket to the championship game on Thursday. Buckeye has had the bases loaded in 2 different innings, has had 2 runners on in the last inning, still only able to get that 1 run across, that lone run in the second. So Rafael on the mound for Douglas, and stepping into the batter's box to continue his at-bat that was cut short. It'll reset with a fresh count is David Castaneda, as Galavis was thrown out at third base.
Arizona District 8 says those long days are what we sign up for, Jeff.
How dare you? I didn't sign up for this. Maybe you did. You speak for yourself, District 8, whoever you might be. That is a shot that goes to short, scooped up and tossed over to first. No, safe, thrown off the bag. Pulled off the bag on a throw that was wide. The leadoff runner is on for Buckeye. Yeah, you guys, I mean, all of the tournaments that happen this time of year, you definitely sign up for late nights. I mean, I remember probably a couple years ago, Todd and I were covering some games that just went insanely late because in Little League, you're still able to restart a game even after a weather delay. That's a shown bunt. That'll be strike 1 to Mauricio Olivas. You're still able to restart the game as long as it's before midnight. And it's insane watching these, you know, 8, 9, and 10-year-olds or 10, 11, and 12-year-olds playing after midnight. I can sort of understand, almost sort of understand high schoolers. But again, this game started at 10 p.m. This is not for the faint of heart. For these umpires and the District 8 crew that always does such a great job with all of the teams in the district. And congratulations to Santa Cruz, end up being the 10U. They were the 10U district champs. Douglas was the 12U district. The 10U district champs tonight, beating Douglas in Benson. We had that game covered earlier tonight. So congratulations, Santa Cruz, representing our District 8 at state for the 10U. But we're here with the seniors. That pitch goes outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, this game could easily be tied.
Right. Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's the crazy part. A ball bounces one way, and
the bases loaded twice.
and then 2 runners on in the last inning. So I mean, you've left at least 6 runners on. No, at least 8 runners on, which would give you a 9-8 lead. A lot of screams, a lot of shouts coming from that Buckeye dugout. Throw back over to first. Buzane being that left-handed pitcher, you got a better look at first base for the runner there. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Olivas. A quick toss over to first, safe.
They refined the curfew rules for the younger division. Seniors can go to 1 a.m.
Interesting. So seniors can play till 1 a.m. That is fouled out of play. Oop, let's listen and see where it lands. Hang on, hang on. Asphalt.
Cement, yep.
Asphalt. Definitely landed on asphalt. Probably bounced about 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah, it's like dented the earth.
So Olivas at the plate with a 3-2 count. As we are literally the only ones in our section now. Literally. The one guy on the other side of the field left. That is a long drive to right field, going over the head of the right fielder. Gets it quickly, throws it back into play, will hold the runner at third. So, 2 runners in scoring position for Buckeye. When have we talked about this before? 3 seconds ago. We will see what the starting pitcher, Jacob Torres, who moved over to third as Robert Gonzalez came in to pitch. We'll see what Torres is able to do at the plate with 2 of his teammates on.
Race, Jacob Torres.
Torres shifts the dirt in the right side of the batter's box, right-hand side of the batter's box. Not holding the runners on. Fimbres playing third now, playing in. Looks like Oyo switched over to second base. Wow, some miscommunication between the pitcher and catcher. From the stretch. And that is a called strike. Evens count, 1-1. No outs. Runners on second and third. Buckeye trying to get something going here. They've left at least 8 runners on base over the course of this game. And that gets past the catcher. 1 run will score. Runner will advance to third. Take a big round of third base. Olivas will head back to third. It is 8-2. So the passed ball scores 1. Still no outs. Runner on third. Thank you to all of our sponsors in the post description and on the screen. Thanks to Dan the Man, putting them all up there for us. The moon keeps moving across the sky. Here in Nogales, Arizona, swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you, powered by SSVEC. 1 down.
199, Adrian Salazar.
Adrian Salazar, the right fielder, number 99, steps into the batter's box. With 1 out. It's like, I think there's a skate park out there in center field. It's like skateboards.
There is.
There's kids skateboarding out there. Called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I noticed that last night.
I didn't even see that. I mean, I started hearing the noise. I'm like, what's out there? And you see the kids skating at midnight.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, nothing seedy or shady happens at a skate park at midnight, right, John?
Whoa.
Oh, I heard your eyes hit the back of your head as they rolled. You rolled your eyes so hard, I heard it hit the back of your head from
worked
here.
At a skate park. I know all about that.
I'm totally kidding. I don't know this skate park. I don't know what happens here in Nogales. I'm not from here. I can only imagine what happens at the skate park in Sierra Vista. Let's just put it that way.
Dude, even the ones in California, the one I worked at in California, man, it was a pay to play and it was still a little bit shady.
Well, it's, you know, our good friends over on the West Coast. Beautiful breaking pitch. Just misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, Olivas on third. 1 run has come in for Buckeye. Cutting the lead by a 4th.
He sure has a high kick.
Yeah. Get a lot of momentum there.
Duarte.
Aw, thanks so much.
Sponsors, I appreciate the help.
Yes, thank you for leaving that. That's who deserves all the credit. I mean, we're out here doing what we do, but it's all because of those sponsors. That pitch goes low, runs the count full. Olivas thought about going, but not enough space. So the dish will get brushed on a full count payoff pitch with 1 down, runner on third. Again, a lot of energy coming over there. They must have Red Bull over there too.
I know, no water, all Red Bull. Like a movie I've seen.
Payoff pitch. Foul to the backstop. We'll have payoff pitch part deux. Keep scrapping. That's what the first base coach is yelling. There have been no easy outs in this game by either team. And this could easily be, like John said earlier, easily be a tie game. And that goes high and outside for ball 4. Runners on the corners. 1 down for Buckeye. Alex Huerta, the catcher, comes to the plate. As it looks like they are going to have some sort of pinch runner. So looks like Anthony Perez coming in for Buckeye, as Adrian Salazar will go to the dugout. Trying to put the faster runners on board, I believe, to just, again, take advantage of this situation that they have not been able to do all night long. They've left at least 8 runners on base, which would have given them a 10-8 lead right now. 92 comments, absolutely awesome. Oh, it's Sean Paul. I know Sean. So Sean's doing the District 8 comments right now tonight. So absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for all these comments and leaving the love for the sponsors. And just, you know, hey, we do what we can to be here. And thank you so much for everybody tuning in, the thousands that have tuned into this game. It is after midnight. I can officially say good morning. It is Tuesday, July 8th. It was Monday the 7th when we started this game. That goes in the dirt. Throw down to second. It's almost kind of an uncontested stolen base. Puts 2 in scoring position for Buckeye with 1 down. That pitch obviously high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like the snack shack is still open.
It is. I think it has to be.
I don't know if it has to be, but I mean, it's. I mean, but yeah, that's how else are they going to make money if they're You know, people are still here. People are still thirsty. People are still hungry.
Diabetic.
Get a breakfast burrito for the morning, you know? I mean,
Oh, I would do that.
high and outside, 2-1. So Buzane on the mound for Douglas. 6-run lead for this Douglas team. And a called strike at the knees on the inside part of the plate. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Huerta making Buzane work for it. Fouls it to the backstop. Again, no easy outs. You get to this level of a tournament like this, there's no easy out. It's just about making the right play at the right time, the right defensive play at the right time, which Douglas has done more than Buckeye has at this point. High leg kick, ground ball. They're going to throw home, and that's a wild throw home. 1 run will score, and my gosh, they could have scored 2. Anthony Perez stopped short about halfway as they weren't able to find that ball. It is 8-3, and they will let him score because the ball ended up getting thrown out of play. A wild throw by Fimbres from third to home. It is 8-4. The lead has been cut in half here in the top of the 5th with only 1 out. Well, thanks so much for all the comments. John's bragging about all those. It is.
Still 40 people watching.
Oh, now the umpires are gonna have a talk about it. 40 people watching. My goodness, thank you guys so much. And so the run will count. And they will advance the runner from second to third. So Chewy's going to come out and get an explanation. Because again, was he at second base by the time that ball got stuck or went out of play, and that could advance the runner. So Michael Ruelas at the plate with 1 down. 8-4. Just a bad throw, just an awful throw from third base. I mean, tough play to make, but it is a makeable play. These are all-stars again, but again, they're playing at 12:05 a.m. John.
Oh my god.
This is brutal. This is not normal.
You ever try doing homework in the middle of the night and then you read it the next day and you're like, wait, that's not even English.
John, I haven't had homework in 27 years.
I still do homework, and it still looks bad if I do it.
And
in
I'm
the
never
middle
up
of
at this time of night, so I don't have to worry about that.
I used to write contracts. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah. In real estate, yeah, yeah.
I come back and double check.
So they'll let it play. A wild throw from Fimbres at third. Ends up scoring 2 and pushing that runner from first all the way to third.
Sports do so well on YouTube. I think it's because it's so easy to share. Because Todd had 100 viewers from the last game, which is a lot for YouTube.
Well, that's fantastic. You mean in the Benson game?
Yeah.
Awesome. Outside, ball 1. Infield playing in.
It's midnight and it's about 80-something degrees, too.
Let's see here. Technically 78 according to the iWatch.
Feels nice,
That goes low, 2-0. Thank you to the sponsors making this game possible. Thank you to John Berger making the choice to travel with me tonight. We thought this game that was supposed to start at 8 p.m., we thought we'd be about an hour into it by the time we got here. No, we were an hour away from it starting.
Wouldn't want to do this without you. This is the only way this is.
You know what? I'm taking an Uber home. Can you drive my car home?
Dude,
and
I know. I feel it.
Swing and a miss. Evens count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, runner on third for our friends from Buckeye. Boy, they're making a game out of it now. There's no quit in that team from Buckeye, the boys in blue. That Tar Heel blue. That goes high. We'll run the count full. Huerta on third. Ruelas at the plate. A dent has been put in the Douglas lead. Swing and a miss on a full count. A huge out number 2. Rafael getting the strikeout. And the fans wake back up in the stands behind home plate. Brito comes back to the plate. I think they've batted around now in this inning. I think he was the leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss. Buzane throwing the ball so hard his hat's flying off. A 0-1 count. 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Rafael ahead in the count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That strikeout retires the side. Buckeye will leave 1 on, but not before 3 come across the plate to cut the lead in half. Just like that, it is 8-4.
Gentlemen, please.
As there were some words exchanged on the field.
Yeah, I heard it.
A lot of heat coming off of that Douglas side. They are not happy with something going on.
Third base and whoever this kid is.
Yeah, just always let the cooler head prevail. It's tough to do when you're playing at 12:15.
Number 5, Bullet.
I mean, even Andre the Giant's calling you out.
Coaches, please control your players.
As warnings are being instituted right now. Almost quarter past the hour here on the morning of Tuesday, July 8th. These are fierce competitors here, and, you know, all you need to do is just have a spark.
Hey, number 4, there's no need for that. There is no need for that.
So not sure what number 4 did, but
He was doing the.
oh. Again, you know, this is late at night. These guys Thank you to all the sponsors. Dan the man showing up on the screen. This is kind of crazy. We're watching this unfold before us.
He's been told to sit down for a bit.
Yeah, so he'll take a seat over on the sideline. But again, 15 to 16-year-olds sometimes do what 15 to 16-year-olds do. Either way, it looks like warnings are being instituted to both. So both benches getting a warning. The umpires and the public address announcer. Cheer, just don't be stupid. That's what they're saying.
I hope he's not saying that about me.
How dare, yeah, John. Stop being stupid, John. Don't be stupid, you moron.
I thought he was looking at me. I was sure.
Yeah, he was. How dare he do that? All right, so Robert Gonzalez still on the mound for Buckeye here in the bottom of the fifth.
Batting number 11.
Jaden Arciniega at the plate. That goes, he got brushed back, but it didn't look like it was a brush back pitch. That was a fastball, though, inside, ball one. Thank you so much to the dozens still watching.
Oh, dude,
and the thousands who've taken the time to watch tonight.
33 on Facebook, 10 on YouTube. So we're over.
Yeah, dozens and dozens watching. That'll be a called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Jaden Arciniega with his first at-bat this morning. That brushes him back for 3 balls, 1 strike. And that'll be a called strike 2. Run the count full again. Every single out has been hard. There's no easy outs. And that will go foul. I think I can count 2 times it was 1 pitch, 1 out.
I know. Nothing.
2 times in this game. Called strike 3. The fastball gets across the plate. Jaden hits himself in the head as he will head to the dugout, and that will bring up Rodrigo Lamadrid. This guy has had a monster night tonight.
No more F words.
Yep, again, this is just that's what happens when we play a game at 12:15 at night. That actually means a lot.
Do you think some of these kids are probably hungry?
Yeah, they're hungry, they're tired, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah, because you plan to play at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
You plan to play at 8.
Imagine. I mean, I'm just thinking like I could definitely eat something.
Right.
How do these kids?
Exactly. That are putting all their effort, all their energy into this game. You can see that tensions are high. As that pitches as well to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down. Nobody on. Strike 2. A wind up in the pitch. Watches that go outside, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gonzalez works very quickly compared to Torres, who ended up the first 2 innings, stepped off the rubber
Oh,
every other pitch, it seemed.
More than, I mean, multiple times per pitch. Multiple times per pitch. He's brushing bugs off or something.
That'll go outside and run the count full. Good eye by Rodrigo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 down. Bottom of the order coming up now with Miguel Bustamante. They didn't close the door, so they gotta get the door closed. They'll do that even as the game continues. 2 down, nobody on. 1-0 count to Bustamante. Called strike. Doesn't go, holds off on that low breaking pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good job by Bustamante. Good pitch, good location though, to get somebody to swing by Gonzalez. That gets popped up, will go out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Deuce is wild. In this game, that will most likely go the distance. Question is, who will run out of steam first?
Oh, saying that he's taunting. Lucky's not getting. He's lucky that he doesn't toss for us.
That's true. Yeah, taunting is something that gets you knocked out of any sort of game. I mean, especially Little League. I mean, this is still Little League. I mean, you got to look at it that way. Even in high school, you get thrown. So full count. Payoff pitch. Fouled back. Hanging in there. Again, no easy outs.
I'm not sure I move everybody forward. They keep coming up and
then walking backwards.
Yeah.
No, either way, there's nobody on base, so they just don't want to let the ball go over their heads. A called strike 3. Bustamante thought for sure that would be ball 4. Instead, the called strike 3, the strikeout there by Gonzalez, retires the side. I believe it went 1, 2, 3. But of course, every batter had a full count and fouled off multiple pitches because there's no easy outs in this game. So we'll see who gets sent to the mound. No, go ahead, yeah.
It's the first time I've ever had to like bail out in the middle of it.
As John heads off to the restroom, thank you so much to all of our sponsors. This game emanating from the Cool FM Live YouTube channel, being spread across to the Cool FM Live Facebook page. I'm sorry, I know you guys can't hear John very well. He's not wearing a mic. I'm the only one who's mic'd up here. But I apologize for that you have to listen to me right now as John goes to use the facilities here, considering it is 12:22 a.m. And again, tensions are high. This is something that is worrisome. This is something that, again, I understand there are rules in place where games can be played up until 1 a.m., really, a 1 a.m. start time for a seniors game. I don't understand it. I'm confused, but it doesn't take much. I work in radio, so it's easy to confuse me. Nonetheless, Rafael stays on the mound. And this will be his final warm-up pitch. Thank you again to all the sponsors that make this coverage possible. We would not be here without them. And my goodness, I mean, again, to both of these teams, it's a challenge. But again, there's so much on the line. And should Douglas hold on to this lead and end up winning this game, they will have punched their ticket to the championship on Thursday. So let me come behind the camera here and try to get this as John hustles back. There we go. I'm not sure exactly how you like to keep it, but either way, our one friend came in, so so obviously I wasn't all by myself in our section. There's 3 of us in this entire third base bleacher section. I'm not sure where I want to sit. Called strike, 0-1. This crowd is still not letting up. They are yelling and screaming and hooting and hollering. They are keeping the energy high. Definitely sounds like more Douglas fans than Buckeye fans. It is a lot closer. Boy, they thought it was a balk. And I almost don't disagree. It was an awkward pause in the middle of that pitching motion. Outside, 1-2. Rafael trying to get number 56 to swing at that ball. Robert Gonzalez, pitcher versus pitcher. And that is high.
It's his footwork that's confusing me. That's the thing that,
Yeah.
Watch him switch feet as he's pitching. That's the thing that's caught me.
Again, ahead 0-2, now 2-2.
Look at that.
And now outside for 3-2. I mean, if we had a nickel for every 3-2 counts,
That's so true.
we could.
Yeah. Pray for all the gas.
Yeah, I mean, this is insane. So, payoff pitch to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 6th. Robert Gonzalez watches strike number 3 at the knees. That strikeout brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group. All of Cochise County, including Douglas, Arizona, is backed by Morse. Couldn't have thrown that when it was 0-2. Oh, my goodness. Don't know who's at the plate. I didn't get their name as it was announced on the overhead. I assume it's Alex Galavis. He is the leadoff hitter. That ball slips underneath the catcher for Douglas. I can imagine that Douglas really wants to win now, because not just for the tensions flaring as they have in the last half hour. How ironic that right after midnight, tensions start flaring between high school aged boys.
Hey, they've only got 30 more minutes before this gets called.
Oh, I thought this when the game could restart.
Oh, well, maybe that's true. Ouch.
There's going to be a bruise on the arm, the left arm of the home plate umpire.
Yep, he didn't even flinch.
I believe that's the restart time.
Restart.
Yeah, yeah. So you can restart a game before midnight if the like there's weather or something like that. But
his arm. Yeah, he took it. He got dinged just like he said.
Yeah, hard shot. Again, the ball's coming 70 miles an hour. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 down, nobody on. Top of the 6th. Ground ball over to third. Fimbres with a low throw, but great job by the first baseman digging it out and getting out number 2. That is Diego Duarte over on first, number 25.
Number 5, David Castaneda.
David Castaneda at the plate for Buckeye. This game 2.5 hours old. Started 2 hours late. Or 2 hours later than it was originally scheduled, I should say. Makes you think that they should do these tournaments at places that have multiple fields.
Yes, please.
I think that's the key.
Yeah, we need more places with multiple fields
Yeah.
too. Sierra Vista's got a few.
Exactly. That goes low. Ball 1. Raphael throwing so hard his hat comes off. Yeah, just it's like his pitching style has shifted. Much more drawn out.
He takes about 6 steps before he pitches, and it's little tiny ones, and it looks like he's kind of slipping off the mound or off the rubber.
Three, 4. Yeah, there's like 4 different motions on his feet. It worked there. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 down. Popped up out of play. Hanging in there. No easy outs.
No broken glass either.
No, didn't sound like it. Buzane wanted a different ball. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down to Castaneda. The 2-out payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Retires the side. 1, 2, 3. So back-to-back 1, 2, 3 half innings take us to the bottom of the 6th. But Douglas still leading by 4. So Douglas will see what they can do to add a little extra cushion to that lead. Again, the coach is now talking to Raphael after that strikeout. He heads into the dugout as Gonzalez comes back out on the mound for Buckeye. Thank you guys for staying tuned here. I just don't understand, but I'm grateful for it, and John and I are grateful. And hopefully John will be able to keep me awake on the road as we drive an hour back to Sierra Vista, as we're 6 outs away from making that happen.
It's those deer and javelina that we got to watch out for. I trust you. It's just those guys that like to run across the street that I'm concerned
wild animals on that Highway 82 going out of Nogales all the way through Patagonia and then Sonoita and then hitting the Whetstone area. And you hang a right on Highway 90.
We saw like four animals. Oh, more than. I saw at least 3 javelina and 2 deer.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
On our way here.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, thank you so much. This game powered by SSVEC. Thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group. I'll be there in 9 hours. I might have Todd just do it by himself. Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, Barnett's Towing and Propane, Copper Queen Community Hospital, Grasshopper Landscaping, Ginger's Title Services, Aloe Fiber, Right Way Heating and Cooling, American Southwest Credit Union, Sierra Toyota, TWN Communications, Eagle Plumbing, Vinny's Pizza, Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage, Sonic Drive-In on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista, and Duran Plumbing. 1-0 counts to Isidro Hoyos, making his 5th at-bat, I believe. I believe it's his 5th at-bat of this game. And strike 2, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm just imagine the concentration that the pitchers need to have this time of night. I'm sorry, this time of morning. And just a focus. All the players. I mean, all the players, but especially the pitchers right now, because this is where you probably can catch these batters. Notice how the scoring has definitely lessened in the last half hour. Last two half innings, yeah. 1, 2, 3 innings. So the gas is running low in the tank, but you still have to finish this game, and that will be ball 3 because, again, there must be a full count to every single. It's a law in this particular game. And that has popped up out of play. What's that? What is he saying? I can't read it here. How many innings?
Yeah.
It goes 7, so we are in the bottom of the 6th. That is a line drive shot to second base. Scooped up, thrown it over first for the force out. 1 up, 1 down for Buckeye. That will bring up Buzane. And that will be the night for Gonzalez. I believe. I don't know. I don't know why you'd come out and talk with 1 down if you're not going to replace him. And they do. So there will be a new pitcher. Didn't catch his number. We'll tell you about him in just a second. These late game pitching changes, they're the killers of time as well, because it takes a good 3 to 4 minutes for each pitcher to take their warm-up throws. That is number 11, who is Michael Ruelas, coming in from second base to be the 3rd pitcher of this game for Buckeye. Well, with 1 down, we'll see if he can continue the trend of 3 up, 3 down late in this game. Again, thank you to our sports sponsors. You can see them all in the post description on the Facebook page. Thank you to Dan the man back in the studio, staying up late with us here. As it is, you can hear a pin drop in this area right now. You can actually hear the crickets.
Yeah. Only people making any noise are those kids that were running
Exactly.
around.
Yeah. They're still high on Red Bull.
I know. Man, how good is that Red Bull? They injecting it?
The next pitcher, 40.
Public address announcer's doing a great job keeping track of everything because he's the one writing down all the information. He's the one he's actually scoring the game in the old school style on the score sheets. I was watching him do that in the game before this one that went long, as I was up there getting these lineups, getting the rosters for these teams. So Ruelas on the mound. As Rafael's at the plate, watches ball 1 go by. That goes high, ball 2. Ruelas, again, coming in warm, being on second base all night, but that is a sharp shot, dropping into shallow right field into the glove of the second baseman, the new second baseman for Buckeye. And that will be out number 2. And that brings up Chris Escarcega. Again, playing left field tonight, was catching last night, did a fantastic job. We'll see what he can do with 2 outs. You hear the fans cheering behind home plate, and that's called strike. Yeah, I think right now is the time where the pitchers need to be the most focused. Checks his swing, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Oof, breaking pitch. He was thinking fastball. My goodness, he would have sent that a country mile. Instead, it's a 2-strike pitch coming. He calls time. Does Escarcega. As Ruelas settles in on the mound, looks in for the sign. The pitch. And that is a called strike 3. Escarcega glances at the home plate umpire. That's about all he'll say as he kicks his bat. Believe it or not, what do you know? At 12:30 a.m., you have a, at midnight, you have a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th. You have a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. Then you have a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. I wonder what's going to happen in the top of the 7th. In this 8-4 game, Buzane comes back to the mound. He will take some warm-up throws as Douglas is 3 outs away from officially punching their ticket to Thursday night's state championship. Very exciting for them. Thank you to the sponsors that you're seeing on the screen that Dan the Man is putting up there. I don't feel like going through the whole list again, so thank you, Dan, for putting those up there. For those of you still watching, for those of you tuning in, and the thousands that have watched us over the course of this evening, can't thank you enough. It's been past my bedtime for about 3 hours, as I've been up since 5:30 this morning. All gas, no brakes. We just keep on pushing. We follow the lead of our leader, Todd, who does not sleep. He is a vampire. He will sleep very rarely. I'm sure he's made like 15 posts during the course of this game on the Cool FM Live Facebook page. You'll have to go back and check it if you're still watching. Not right now. We want to see Douglas finish this out. That is 1 pitch, and that goes into right field. A base hit. A leadoff single for Buckeye as Jacob Torres comes up. That was Olivas who got that single into right. And now, I bet we're going to see a pitching change. Yes, we are. So, kill another 5 minutes. Leadoff hitter aboard, but again, this team scored 3. They've never scored 4 runs in an inning. They scored 3 in the top of the 5th. And, you know, again, Douglas got off to a hot start. All 8 of their runs came in the first 4 innings. They've been cold ever since. Buckeye answered with 3. Looks like Duarte will come in to pitch. Diego Duarte. We saw Diego warming up in front of us a little bit ago.
Behind the stadium.
Behind. So he's going to go run and take a bathroom break while the pitcher warms up.
Slow pitches.
Well, compared to the others that we've seen tonight, again, Torres for Buckeye, what an arm. I mean, just the arms of these young people never ceases to amaze me. And I think even Robert Gonzalez has a great arm, very strong for Buckeye. Thank you guys for all the love in the live chats. Thank you for the
Public address announcers also. The mayor of Nogales.
Oh, really? Interesting. That's so cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, talk about an invested mayor. You know, we have that in Sierra Vista, obviously. So I mean, that's awesome that he's the mayor of Nogales. That's very cool.
Yeah.
What's not cool is that he hasn't said, "Check out Cool FM Live." How come I forgot to tell him that? That's my bad. I thought he would have known who I was, but apparently my reputation does not precede me here in Nogales. That's all right, Mr. Mayor. I forgive you.
That's fine.
That's pretty cool, though, that the mayor's doing that. I mean, you know, he's working overtime tonight.
Oh my gosh.
He's not an hourly employee. Sure, you got it, bro.
People in the chat still. It's ridiculous. It's not even the same person over and over.
Fantastic. Well,
50. Nails and 1350. No.
as again, you were at the point where you could hear a pin drop out here at War Memorial Field in Nogales, Arizona. I'll tell you what, when this game is wrapped, we will pack up and head on out of here. And let's just get home. And let's all get home safely, no matter where you're watching us from. If you're on the road or getting ready to hit the road, please drive safe. Drive with care.
Honestly, our battery is so full right now. We can kind of pack some stuff up.
Yeah, I'll let you take care of that. You have your orderly organization. So we were talking about this starting pitcher for Buckeye a little bit ago. The amazing arm of Jacob Torres. He is at the plate now. No outs. Runner on first. Diego Duarte on the mound for Douglas, looking to close out this game. Douglas is 3 outs away from going to the championship game for the Little League Seniors state title this Thursday. Check swing, boy. Good hustle by Rafael, who's shifted back over to first base to try to get there and get that ball before it rolled foul, but it rolled foul right away. So 0-2 count. That changeup, my goodness, or breaking pitch. That crowd behind the plate wanted a strike on that so badly. Runner on first, no outs. Fastball goes in the dirt. The runner was going anyway. Advances to second. So Torres with first base open. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Because again, it is a law during this game that every batter must get to 3-2. But not this time. Swing and a miss. Strikeout brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group. Douglas, 2 outs away. But not if Adrian Salazar has something to say about it. Big number 99 shuffles the dirt in the right side of the batter's box. That's a called strike. Duarte kept looking back at the runner on second. Not holding him on. And that is a pop fly ball, high fly. Shortstop going out, left fielder coming in. Escarcega makes the catch. Douglas, 1 out away. Alex Huerta, I believe, is he up to bat next? Yes, number 50. He is the last hope for Buckeye. Duarte with the pitch. Fouled out of play. Duarte was reaching for that one, but got a good piece of it. Just ended up going foul on the first base side.
Number 50, Alex Huerta.
Time called on the field just for a moment as they fetched the ball. Remember, you can go fetch yourself some lucky numbers at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Second baseman going over. Douglas is going to the championship game on Thursday night. A hard-earned victory by this Douglas team tonight. They pulled it out, kept the lead all night. They bent, but they didn't break. Buckeye had their chances, but Douglas comes away with the win, and we will see them Thursday night in the state championship for the Little League Seniors All-Star Division. Thank you again to all of our sponsors who make this coverage possible. Thank you to Todd Ryan for creating this amazing, incredible space. As they are clapping hands, we want to say thank you to Dan the Man back in the studio. Thank you to John Berger running the camera. And thank you for watching the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Signing off from War Memorial Field in Nogales, Arizona, it's Jeff Davenport. Good morning and drive safe, everybody.